Hey, hey, it looks like we are live. It is Sunday night. So you know what time that means it is? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to thank you for being here today.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah. So if you're here, be sure to say hi. And if you're watching the replay, type replay so we know you were here. So let's see. I'm going to move some things around here and set it up so you can see my screen. There we go. So now you should be able to see my screen. And so today we are going to talk about, well, first, before we get there, this is my blog. This is the onlinebeautybiz.com. This is where we have training for our team and for anybody that's with Avon that wants to learn more about how to sell Avon. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. So this is, like I said, onlinebeautybiz.com. At the very top is a link that says Getting Started. So if you're brand new, you'll want to go there and work through that. It tells you everything about how do you get paid, how do you set up your website, how do you write up a customer order, anything like that. It tells you how to get started. Hi, Lily. Happy New Year in Dallas. And so in this blog, on the right-hand side is a place right here where you can sign up to receive our newsletter. If you're already receiving emails from me, you're already in. But if you're not, you can sign up to get on my email list here. So put in your information, and actually what you'll get is you'll get some recruiting flyers to help you in your business. And then right below that is a search. So anything you want to search for, you can, like if you're not sure how to do something, you can search in the search bar and find it in my blog. Or we have categories. So we have everything from, Avon incentives, face-to-face sales, follow-up, fundraising, all different kinds of categories. If you are on the computer, it's like this. There's a left side and a right side. If you're on a phone, the right-hand side is moved to the bottom of the left side. So you'll see like about 6 or 7 posts, and then underneath that will be the sign up to receive my newsletter and the search and the categories and all that. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. So today we are going to talk about why your New Year's resolutions won't work. So it's the new year and we want your resolutions to work, right? Hi, Anitra. Good to see you. So, we're in a brand new year. We've all made our New Year's resolutions. And I'm hoping some of you made resolutions for your business, where you want your business to go this year. But many of us are facing a dilemma that we can't seem to get past. It's not anything new, really. It's the same thing. It happens to all of us every year. And we like to call it the spinning wheel syndrome. You know that image of a hamster on the wheel? Well, that's kind of what it is. It's going round and around. It doesn't have any way to get off. And this happens to a lot of people. And in a lot of ways, that's life. I mean, we just have so much coming at us all the time that sometimes it feels like that we're on that wheel, but it doesn't have to be. And so what happens, hi Dawn, good to see you. What happens generally is we make this big long list of New Year's resolutions, and then come February, you've already given up on most of them, right? I mean, you look at a gym, and the gym is pretty dead all year. They have the same people coming in all the time. January, you can't find a place to park because the gym is jam-packed, but by February, it's empty again, right? Because we all make our resolutions and we don't stick to them. And so at that point, you give up. Or maybe you, like in May or so, you go, no, I still want to make these resolutions. I made the commitment. And so you jump back on and you try again. And, this could be an up and down thing. I mean, you could try it several times over the year. And then maybe at some point you just say, okay, I'll wait till next year to start over again. Right? And that same cycle continues over and over. And so the problem is, excuse me, the problem isn't that you're doomed to repeat the same start and stop resolutions for the rest of your life. And the problem isn't even that you lack resolve. The problem is that you're thinking about your resolutions all wrong. Basically you're making too many for the most part. So when we think about the list of what we want to start doing, we make this long list of goals and dreams that we have for the next year of our life, and we list everything, right? It's sort of like a kid makes a Christmas list to Santa, Dear Santa, this year for Christmas, I want a doll, a bike, an iPad, a unicorn, a horse, a Corvette, and the list of demands gets longer and longer. And then all of a sudden, because we're so intent on growing this list, we even forget about the fact that it might be a little hard for Santa to find a unicorn, It's just a dream, right? But so that's what happens. And I think we get too many things on our wish list that we want to accomplish. And so instead of making your resolutions like a wish list, try making your resolutions like a keep, stop, and start list. And so it doesn't have the same ring to it, but it's gonna help keep you more accountable, and it's gonna help keep you realistic about what's coming on in the upcoming year. So here's how it works. So first
one, I just want to say hi, Anitra. She snuck in there too.
I said hi to her.
No, you said Dawn. You skipped over.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
No, I said Anitra earlier.
Well, hi, Anitra.
Hi, Anitra. I'm pretty sure I said hi to you, but okay, awesome. Okay, so here's how it works. So think about, is this support the life that I'm trying to create, right? Is this, if your goals and stuff that you're making, your resolutions are about your Avon business, then think about, is this supporting the business that I'm trying to create, right? And then take the time to reflect on the year that you've had. What resolutions did you keep and why? And this has been a crazy year, you guys. There's things that have happened this year that have actually caused me to do some things that have been on my resolution list for years that I've never done. So who knows, right? I mean, so think about, oh my gosh, think about what things in 2020 supported the life that you're trying to create. Did you pick up a new hobby during quarantine time? Maybe you did something related to your Avon business. Maybe it's family time that helped you feel more grounded and aligned. These are the things you want to keep. So think about the things that happened that supported you. And the one thing for me that I said was something I struggled with all my life and I've never been able to do was, I'm on the treadmill every day. Every day. I have exercised. I've gotten into an exercise routine. I managed to make it maybe a couple of weeks if I'm lucky, and then I fall off. That's the story of my life, right? That's been the story of my life. I didn't even put it on my dream board for 2020 because it wasn't something that was realistic for me. I hate the treadmill. I hate exercising. I mean, yeah, there's fun things to do, but anyway. So what happened was early on in COVID, when they started talking, we were home all the time, couldn't go out, right? We were quarantined. And we were talking about, everybody online was talking about the COVID weight gain. Everybody was gaining weight, right? and that just kind of stuck in my mind. It's like, I don't want to gain weight. I've been working on losing weight. I don't want to gain more weight during this, and I'm home all the time. And so then I started thinking, I'm going to force myself, no matter what it takes, I'm going to force myself to do 20 minutes on the treadmill. Anybody can do 20 minutes. That's what I told myself. Anybody can do 20 minutes, no matter what. I'm going to force myself to do it. And the truth is, it was hard at first. And the thing is, it's so boring. I started listening to podcasts, and that didn't work for me. I just didn't hold my attention enough just listening. And then I thought, well, heck, I have my tablet, I have my iPad. Why don't I just watch movies while I'm doing it? And so I started watching, to start off with, I watched The Handmaid's Tale. I watched, and actually, in the first, they're like 40 minutes long each one, but at first I just watched like a half of an episode each time because I was just forcing myself to do 20 minutes. And then I went through all the series of The Handmaid's Tale, and I inched my way back up to where I was doing 30 and then 40 minutes and then 50 minutes. And I don't know what happened. I mean, it was probably 5 or 6 months in, didn't happen right away, that I actually started kind of enjoying my treadmill time. And I started, now it's like I make it a point. And now I watch all different kinds of shows, but I watch series, and most of them are 40 to 50 to 60 minutes. So how much I walk depends on how long that episode is, 40 to 60 minutes. Doesn't matter. That's not so important. What's important is I get on the treadmill. So for me, that was something I started, and I started it because of COVID, because all the people were talking about gaining weight, but also because they were talking about being overweight could make you more likely to die if you got COVID. So all of that. That's what started it. But that's what worked for me. So think about what worked for you. What supported your life and your business during this time, and then think about what things didn't support you. So. Maybe it's your health, the things that have not helped you at all. Maybe it's your health, your stress levels, your work environment. And think about what you're going to do to stop doing those. Anitra says, I do a 30-minute exercise DVD like Zumba Country 3 days a week. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Actually, truth be told, I think Lynn got hooked on Lucifer. So.
Well, I watched. Yeah. Well, first I watched The Handmaid's Tale, and then I found Lucifer. I love that show. It's a series. It's a series, and I love it. So yeah, that was part of it too. Go down and see Lucifer. But now I'm done with that series. Now I'm doing another one. But so and I've tried doing things like Zumba, and I did some dance stuff, and I don't know. I don't know. I think the timing was just better for me this time. But so, okay, so the things that didn't support you, you want to stop doing it. So if it's your stress levels, or if it's something that was causing your health to be bad, or something in your work environment that wasn't helping you, then those are the things you want to stop. Not that you can't take away stress, obviously, but you want to stop those things. And then what things will you start doing in 2021 to support the life that you're trying to create? So the things that you don't have on your keep or stop list, they're most likely the things you want to accomplish this year, right? So, but remember, you want them to be practical, achievable, and supportive of your overall life goals and your values and your Avon business. And so those are the things you're going to start. So it's that time. It's just that simple, right? You're going to keep. What are you going to keep? What are you going to stop doing? What are you going to start doing? And so it's just a better way to make sure that the vision for your new year is something you want to continue to work for, and that you're going to be able to accomplish even when challenges come your way. You look like you're itching to say something. No? Okay. And so especially if you found yourself falling victim to that spinning wheel syndrome. So get off the wheel. All it takes is a keep, stop, and start list. And so, look at your business, right? What did you do in your business that held you back? I actually just did a Facebook Live today where I was talking about, I don't remember what I was talking about, but one of the things that I was talking about was that it was COVID, and that some people let that be an excuse why they couldn't work their business. And I have team members that have done exceptionally well throughout COVID, and I have other team members whose sales just went in the toilet, right? And anywhere in between. Our sales dumped when COVID first happened. But then we regrouped and we said, what do we need to do to change how we're going to do business? Thank God Avon was able to open the warehouse. Do you remember they shut down the warehouse? Ohio shut down the warehouse because they shut down the state. And Avon was able to get reopened again. And so we found other ways. I started making masks. First, I started making masks because I thought, well, Avon shut down. What can I do that's good for people? And I started making masks. And then I had built up a supply of those, so we started giving them to customers, even if they hadn't placed an order. Richard was just dropping off masks to them. Here, a present from your Avon lady. And so we started doing things, right? We started learning how to do touchless, contactless deliveries. We started working more online. How can we get more sales online? We've been able to grow our business quite a bit online. And so we found ways to do it, right? So it's all a matter of, Another thing that I was doing today, it's a blog post I was writing. No, maybe it was my same Facebook Live. Sorry. But what your success is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react. That was my Facebook Live today. 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react. COVID happened to everybody. But how did you react to it? Did you just go home and say, oh, I can't work my business. People don't have money. Oh, woe is me. I can't be successful? Or did you say, wow, yeah, people are struggling right now. Maybe I could help them make money with the Quick Start, with the Pathway to Premier program. I can help them make $3,000. I bet that would help them pay the rent. And yeah, people are broke and they can't afford to buy all the stuff that they've been buying, but Avon has quality products at value pricing. Maybe I can help them. I mean, gosh, maybe I could sell them a deodorant for $2.69 instead of them having to pay $6 in the grocery store. I mean, so there's lots of things. It just depends on how you look at it, right? Yeah, people are broke, but they still need deodorant. They still need these things. And we had an amazing opportunity to help people to make money, because there's a lot of people that needed money. There's a lot of people that lost their jobs. And so you could use it as an excuse, or you can use it to support your business. So that's what I want you to think about too, is how did you react to it this year? Did you let COVID just make your business go in the toilet? Did you just stop working and decide, oh, woe is me, oh well, I'll try and get back on the wagon after COVID is over? Or did you say, no, I'm going to find a way to be successful because I know that success is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I respond to it. And so think about that. Think about what things you did in your business that helped you to be successful that you can continue on with. And then think about what things that you want to let go that didn't work. Like, for instance, stopping working because of COVID. You don't want to do that anymore. COVID isn't going away. Just because it's 2021, nothing has changed. It's still, I think some of the worst COVID numbers ever we're going to start seeing in January and February. They're expecting a dark winter. And yeah, people are trying to get vaccinated, and we're hopefully going to be getting all vaccinated, but I really don't expect to see a lot of change in how we live our lives until maybe September or October. So we got some ways to go. Denise says, I just had a bad end of the year, but I'm moving to get to things. I know, Denise. I know you've had some rough times. I know you just lost your father. I'm sorry about that. And so things happen to all of us, right? But that's what's so great about the new year is we can set a new plan, we can put a plan into action, and we can move forward, right? So, and I'm happy to see that you're still here, you're still hanging on. So while you're looking at that, I know you guys hear about this a lot, but maybe it's time to try our daily 8 system, right? Because the real secret to your Avon business is there's no secret. Right? It's just about focusing on the correct income producing activities that will grow your business and being consistent in pursuing those activities. Our daily 8 system is a way to help you be consistent. That's all it is. It's a way to help you be consistent. And our daily 8 system is going to help you keep your New Year's resolutions, at least the ones that pertain to your business. And so
yeah, it's not too much unlike a New Year's resolution. Pretty much it's just coming up with something you want to do and commit to it, and plan the work and work the plan.
Yeah. But what's even more important is we're going to talk about systems, because systems, systems don't depend on you being motivated. Systems don't depend on how you feel. Systems don't depend on whether you're having a good day or a bad day. Systems are systems. And if you put systems into place, you're going to be much more likely to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it's really simple growing your Avon business. There's just 4 steps, right? Number 1, prospect for new customers and recruits. If you're brand new to Avon, then we ask you to make a list of everyone you know. Just put it down on paper, make the list, get it down. Who do you know? You don't necessarily have to go out and try to sell them all, but just get them all down on paper. And then you're going to probably start working through them, maybe 3 or 5 a day, just giving them a call or a text or whatever, saying, hey, I just started an Avon business. I'm so excited. We've got some amazing new products. Would you like to see a brochure? Can I text you a digital brochure, or can I drop a paper brochure? Whatever it is that you want to do with your business. And then once you get through that list of everyone you know, then you need to prospect for new customers and recruits. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. So that now you need to find new customers and recruits. Your business is always in the new. It doesn't matter where you are in your business. If you're a top seller or if you're just getting started, it's always in the new. You always need to be finding new people to sell to or to recruit or to show your business to. And so you're always prospecting. So that list that I told you to make of 200 people or so that you're always going to be adding to it and crossing people off and adding to it. It's like a living, breathing document. But you got to be prospecting. Number 2, now that you have them on a list, now you need to get a brochure. Well, it doesn't matter if it's paper or digital, doesn't matter if you're working your business face-to-face or online, but you need to get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. If you don't have a brochure in your customer's hands or in their phone or whatever where they can look at a digital brochure, if you don't have a brochure to them, your business is closed. There's no way to get them to come and look at what you have, right? So you need to get a brochure. And then just as important, number 3, you need to follow up with every customer that you gave a brochure to before you place your order. And then number 4, you take the order, submit it to Avon, deliver it to your customer, or you send them to your Avon online store and let them order. It's just that simple, then rinse and repeat. So you prospect for new customers, you get a brochure to everybody, you follow up with everybody, you take the order, right? So what that looks like in real life is you're out about, and you maybe have an Avon pin on, or you have an Avon shirt on or something, and you're in the check stand and you're paying for your groceries, and maybe the clerk says, oh, you sell Avon, or maybe you see something in the clerk that you're really interested in, and you say, hey, have you ever thought about Avon? Are you interested in Avon? Or I sell Avon, would you like a brochure? Whatever. You could say, I'm with Avon and we have this brand new digital brochure. Have you ever heard of it? It's like really cool. You can like literally go through the pages on your phone just like you would in a real brochure. Can I text you a link? Whatever. You get a conversation started. Then you get their contact information. If you're texting them, then you can put them into your phone and text them the brochure. Now you have their contact information. If not, then have a way to write it down, right? And then you're going to contact them 2 days later and say, hey, this is Lynn. I met you at Smith's or Walgreens or whatever, and I'm just checking to see if there's anything I can do for you. But once you met them and you went home, you put them on your prospecting list. So now they're going to get a brochure every campaign unless they tell you to stop. You get one to them every campaign. You don't make decisions for them. You don't say, oh, I've sent them brochures 6 times and they haven't ordered, so I'm not going to do it anymore. It doesn't work that way. Chris is on. Chris was just telling me that she met a lady months ago and got the contact information, and the lady never ordered from her. And finally, this time she texted her and said, hey, there's a special deal on these bundles, these anniversary bundles, and boom, she got an order. So you never know. You do not make a decision when to quit sending a brochure to somebody. Now, if you're sending paper brochures and they're expensive and it's been a really long time and they haven't ordered, I'm totally okay with you saying, okay, well, I'm not going to keep mailing brochures to them. I'll put her on my text list and move them to the text list or whatever. But you don't take them off the brochure list until they ask you to, or if you read their obituary or something, right? So you're going to get a brochure. So you prospected them. As soon as you came home, you put them on your list, right? So that they'll get a brochure every campaign, and then they're going to get a follow-up every campaign before you place your order. Hey, and it's usually by text. I usually do it by text. And this is all systemized, and we'll come to that in a second. But I just a text that goes out, hey, my campaign. In fact, I have a text going out tomorrow morning for campaign 3. Because I will be placing my campaign 3 order on Wednesday. So it says, hey, I'm getting ready to place my campaign 3 order. Is there anything you needed? If you want anything, let me know by Tuesday night, basically, right? And then you take the order and submit it, right? And so our Daily 8 system is just a way for you to do the activities that it takes to be consistent and do this every time. So you can click here and you can print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. And this is available for everybody. You don't have to be on my team. I'm here to support you whether you're on my team or not. If you're in Avon and if you want the support and if you want to be a part of our Daily 8, you are welcome, right? The only requirements I have are that you need to be in our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group, and then you'll have to submit the form to me. Otherwise, I have no way of knowing what you did. But this is our Daily 8. It's like 9 pages, but you really only need page 2, which is the tracking form. And at the top, it has the week of, so you would put like today's date for the week of January 3rd, or if you want to go by Monday's date, January 4th, whatever. And then you put the days of the week that you're going to work. I only expect you to work 5 days a week. You can do more. You can do less. It's your business. You decide how much effort you're going to put into your business. But to be consistent and really grow your business, I suggest 5 days a week, 40 points a day. If you decide you can't do that and you want to do 20 points a day, 5 days a week, or you want to do 40 points a day, 3 days a week, whatever, that's your choice. It's your business. Just know that if you do less, you're not going to get the same kind of results as what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah. The old saying goes, you can work part-time, you can work full-time, but you can't work sometimes. Because sometimes it's like a cat with a toy. You just bat it around every now and then.
And it's not going to grow your business.
It's not going to do anything.
And you know what's happened? The sad thing is you lose momentum.
Yeah.
And you lose momentum, it's really hard to get it back. So you need to be consistent. You need to do it every single week the same. If it's 3 days a week, work it 3 days a week. If it's 5 days a week, work it 5 days a week. And then keep this form next to you. Keep it on your desk so you can write as you go. Okay, well, I got 3 new potential customers today. That's 3 points. right? Or I got one person who might be interested in selling Avon. That's 1 point. I did my follow-ups. That's 1 point. I only give you 1 point for doing the follow-ups, the follow-up to every customer, because if you're using our system, it takes you literally 2 minutes to send it out to hundreds. So, and then same thing with getting a brochure to every customer. I give you 1 point, because if you're using Campaign Mailer, it takes you literally 2 minutes or something to send it out. If you are manually delivering your brochures, give yourself more points, because you're spending more time doing it. Okay. The key is that you're working your business. That's all that matters. And do this, and then you can click here to log your weekly numbers. It just takes you to a Google form where you just give me your contact information and how many points you earned this week. I ask you, what were your wins this week? What did you not do so well? The funny thing is, this isn't for me so much as it is if you take the time to think about what you didn't do so well, you'll do it better next time. And I can cheer you on. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say, well, you didn't do it, but I can cheer you on. And so that's why that's here. And then, so this is just a form that you fill out, submit to me. And I will, I do recognition in our online beauty biz group. I might send you a card. It just depends. I might do different things. But I'm here to support you. That's what this is all about. And the filling out that form kind of helps keep you accountable, because then you know that you're going to have to fill it out at the end of the week.
Yeah, the beauty of it is it's a learning tool for you. We've all done it, where we've said something so stupid and we are so embarrassed that we did it, that we say to ourselves as we walk away, I'll never do that again. That's not the way I'm going to do it. And come up with a better way to say something, a better way to do something. It's human nature. It really
but even if, like, on that form I ask you, what did you not do so well?
Mm-hmm.
You might be thinking, well, I really didn't follow up the way I should have.
Exactly.
And just the fact that came to your mind
Mm-hmm.
already tells me that you're going to try to do more follow-up next week. So that's it. It's just a matter of, it's not so much what did I do stupid, although we all do stupid things.
What we did really well, and use that again.
And then and I also ask you, what did you do really well?
Yeah.
So that's our Daily 8 system. And I really think that our Daily 8 system can help you be successful for 2021. Let's go to how to automate your systems, because we talk about, like I told you, in this thing, we give you 1 point for getting a brochure to every customer, and 1 point follow-up text to every customer before your order goes in. Let me show you how we do that, because it's systems. Systems is what's going to make a huge difference. Like I said, systems are systems. They're not dependent on how you're feeling. They're not depending on whether you're feeling fearful that day. They're not depending on, because they're systems. They're not, you don't have to be in your head. That's what happens. How many times do you get in your head and you go, oh my gosh, I've given her 7 books and she hasn't ordered, and I don't want to bug her. Now you're in your head, right? You're putting something on that customer that's not true. If Chris hadn't offered her customer that text that said, hey, I have these special bundles that for Avon's anniversary, it's $135 $135 plus value. For only $50, she gave him a special deal because she's this close to President's Club, so she's trying to get to President's Club. But if she had gotten in her head and said, "Oh, that lady doesn't want to hear from me anymore. She hasn't ordered," she would have not got that sale. So don't make that decision for your customer. Besides, how fair is that? How fair is it for you to make that decision for your customer? You're deciding they don't want something. How right is that? That's not good. Right? You're deciding. That's like a mom being a mom and, oh, my kids had enough sweets. I don't want them to have any more. Oh, well, my customers had enough Avon. I don't want them to have any more. That's what you're doing when you decide not to give them a book, right? So you got to get out of your head. So, okay, so like I told you at the very beginning, on the right-hand side, there's a search here. And if we search for automate, put in the word automate and hit enter. That will take you to a couple of blog posts, how to manage your automated systems. That's once you already have them set up. Automated text strip training for new reps. That's if you are in leadership and you want to do training for your new reps. How automated systems can keep your customers happy. But this is the one. Automate your follow-ups to give yourself more time to build your business. This post, and there's a video training on it, this post will teach you how I automate what I do. My system is completely automated. And when I mean automated, it doesn't mean it happens automatically, but it means I just have to push a button every campaign. So I just need a trigger. I need in my calendar or my task list, I need a trigger that says, go push that button. But other than that, I don't have to do that. Oh man, I've given her 6 books already and she hasn't ordered. Should I send her another one? We're not even going to think about that. We're just going to push the button, right? So I bulk mail my brochures to my customers. I use campaign mailer. And it's like not real expensive. If you were to mail a brochure, you're going to pay over $2. Oh, I don't want to be there. Let's see. Okay, so if we go to pricing, if you're going to mail a brochure yourself, you have to pay for the brochure, and then you have to take it, you have to put it in an envelope or whatever, take it to the post office. You're going to pay $2 to mail it, plus the cost of the brochure, depending on how you buy your brochures. They're as cheap as 33 cents. So now you're like $2.33 or $2.50 or something. But you can literally mail one brochure to 9 brochures for $1.74 each. And Campaign Mailer supplies the brochure, so you don't even have to pay for that. So it's really reasonable. I'm in the 200 plus range, so I pay $1.24. But that way, and I do not sit and go, okay, who ordered this campaign? I'm going to put a book in their order, and I'm not going to mail it to them. I don't do that. Every customer gets a brochure in the mail every campaign. They might also get one in their order, so they might get 2. And then Richard will tell them, hey, if this is an extra, give it to your neighbor, or give it to one of your friends, right? But we mail a brochure to every customer, every campaign. I do have to clean my list out, because as I keep growing it keeps getting bigger. It starts getting really expensive if I have too many people in there. And that's what that one post was that said how to manage your automated systems over time. That one talks about that. But if I take them off of Campaign Mailer, I move them to my text list. So they're still going to get a brochure from me. It's just going to be text. And then if they order again, I'll put them back on Campaign Mailer, because I can't keep paying for brochures for people that aren't ordering. Just to give you that kind of rough idea. If you want more details, search for Automate and go to that one that says how I manage my automated systems over time. Okay, so I mail brochures. Now I figure out, when I first get my customer, I figure out, is this a cell phone or is this a landline? If it's a landline, I put them on Dial My Calls. Dial My Calls is a service where I have a pre-recorded message, and it tells you right here what my message says. I keep it under 30 seconds because then it just costs 1 point. Hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a friendly reminder, my order's going in on Wednesday. If you've already placed an order, thank you very much. If there's anything I can order for you, please let me know by Tuesday evening. Here's my phone number. Thanks for your support. Have a great day. I don't even think, okay, who ordered and who didn't. It just goes to everybody. But this goes to the people who I don't have cell phones for, that are just landlines. These are mostly the little old ladies, that are 80 and 90 years old that don't have cell phones. They just have their landline. That's how I do my reminder. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Then for texting, I use Project Broadcast. And there's a whole article here about how I use Project Broadcast, but it goes out like a group text. So I send my message to everyone who's tagged as Avon Book List, or I have an Avon Book List that gets my digital brochure, and then I have another one that's Avon Customers that gets my reminder that says, hey, my order's going in on Wednesday. So I send this text. This is Lynn with Avon. Quick reminder, my order goes in on Wednesday. If I can order for anything for you, please let me know by tomorrow. Have a great day. Usually I also will add delivery will be approximately, and I tell them that, right? And I always put a picture in this article about how to use Project Broadcast. I talk about it. But if you put an image with your text, they're going to be more likely to receive it. What happens is some of the cell phone companies, and I think Sprint is the worst, I think, but some of the cell phone companies will break up your message into snippets, and it will go as 5 or 6 different messages, and they're not delivered in order. And so it's a nightmare. But if you add an image, it all goes together, because the image says, hey, send it as a special kind of MMS message and don't separate it. So the image, I just put an image, like I have one that says, hey, I love Avon, my order's going in. I have another one that is Lucille Ball saying, hey, Ethel, I'm ready to place my Avon order. It's just stuff I found online. You can Google, images for that. And I used to use Text Magic. I don't suggest you do that anymore. It's still there. You can use it for a whole lot cheaper, but you get what you pay for. And a lot of the delivery rates are so much better with Project Broadcast. It's funny. Richard will text a customer from his cell phone and they won't respond. And then he'll go to Project Broadcast and text them and boom, they respond. So the delivery is so much better with Project Broadcast.
Yeah, calling customers, they never respond. If I just text them, about half will respond. If I use Project Broadcast, I get 100% and they answer within minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's amazing.
I don't know. But hey, so this is it. This is what I do. So I have these reminders in my calendar that says, okay, it's time to every 2 weeks. I think it's on Wednesday that I do my campaign mailer, because I use the C. Let me see, where's the schedule? I use the C mailer, the middle C mailer. And so we just did campaign 4 on December 31st. That's Thursday, but I do it on Wednesday. I have a note in my calendar on Wednesday, every other Wednesday, to do my Project Broadcast. To do my campaign mailer. So that's the one I use, is C. You have to figure out which one works for you. It just has to do with what it goes out a little bit later or a little bit earlier. It's like, how soon do you want them to get to your customers? Keep in mind it's bulk mail, so it can take 2 weeks for them to get to your customers. So C seems to work pretty well. They get it just before the end of the campaign. Like they'll get my customers just got my campaign 3 brochures within the last couple of days, just to give you that idea.
But they're bulk mail from Texas, so it's geographical too. Could be if you use another one and you live closer to there, you could get there faster. But C seems to work pretty good for us.
Okay, so Anitra says, I've decided that campaign mailer is going to be the best way to get campaign books to people with no contact.
Yeah.
You guys, on top of this, Anitra's blind, so she can't drive. It hasn't stopped her from getting books out to her customers, but isn't this going to be something that's going to make her life so much easier? But whether you're blind or not, for all of us, that way every customer gets a brochure, every campaign. You don't even have to think about it. It's done. You have it on your calendar and you say, okay, I need to go. And you go to campaign mailer. I'm not going to log in because all of my customers are in there. But you go to campaign mailer, and on the left-hand side of the screen, once you're logged in, that's what's on your label. And you just update the label for the campaign. Okay, campaign 4 is, I put the effective dates online because I really want them to order online if I can get them that way. So I'll put campaign, I don't have the campaign 4 dates in front of me, but for instance, on campaign 3, I would have said campaign 3 is effective online January 5th through January 18th. And I put that on my thing. So, and there is a post in here about campaign mailer. Actually, if you click here, I think it will take you to that. And it shows you my label, I think. Yeah, there's my label. So I put our names, phone number, email, shop. This is campaign 21. It's an old one. Campaign 21 online, 9/9/9/22/17. Obviously, this is old. Free shipping with a $40 order, 10% off, first code, welcome 10. So none of that's good anymore. But that, and then I had Ventura Beauty forwards to my Avon online store. You could put your store in here. You could put youravon.com/ whatever your code is. Right? So this is going to be edited. The only thing you really need, once you have it set in there, the only thing you really need to change is the campaign and the dates. And, but it is so much going to make your life so much easier. And then I have that message that reminds me. So on Fridays, every other Friday, I schedule my dial, my calls, and my Project Broadcast. So last Friday, it was New Year's Day, but I still worked. You might have done it a different day, but I still worked. So on Friday, January 1st, I scheduled my dial, my calls to go out to my phone, the people that have landlines, and the Project Broadcast text will go out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., my phone will start blowing off the hook. I will start getting texts. I will start getting phone calls, people placing orders. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah, the beauty of systems is we all have chores or things we don't like to do, and life happens. Our biggest problem is that life happens. Back when Lynn's mom was sick, we didn't know. Some mornings we'd wake up and we'd have to make an emergency run to the hospital or a doctor's appointment or something, and we didn't have time to sit and make the calls or do all this follow-up stuff. So we had these systems, and they were done, and all that was out of the way. Our business was going to just go gangbusters because we had all the proper calls and reminders out, and if something came up, we could go through the day and not be panicky. Yeah, it's huge.
We had a deal a couple of years ago. We went on a cruise with some friends, 2 weeks, 2-week cruise. So it ended up going over through two campaigns actually. And I scheduled my reminders actually before we left. I think I scheduled them, and they happened, and the books got mailed out, and everything happened, and my customers didn't even know we were out of town. It was just that was just how simple it was. My customers didn't even know. But it didn't affect our business at all. I just had someone, go pull the order in when it got delivered to my house, and so we obviously had to deliver it a couple of days later.
It was funny. We went to Hawaii, and we were getting orders, and I was calling back to confirm orders. And because we were in Hawaii, every time we hit a port, I'd spend about a half an hour, take the notes with me, and we were in port, and we're in the United States, so we could use the phone, and called everybody from my cell phone, and they thought I was calling from home.
Yeah. Nowadays, I think you can use your phone on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
but back then you couldn't, and so we were calling from the ports. Yeah. But we were in a port every day. So yeah, we confirmed, because one thing we do, we make it a point to confirm a customer order within 24 hours. We promise that. And nowadays it's mostly all text anyway. So we do it all through Project Broadcast, so you just confirm it back. Hey, got your order. Here's your total. Thank you very much. Delivery will be approximately this date. So that is my automate your follow-ups. So if you haven't, this is, we're at the beginning of the new year. So rather than think about all the things you're going to do that are maybe too much, how about just thinking about, how can I be more consistent in my business? How can I do, just this automated follow-up is going to make you consistent, right? But, or I can do the daily 8, right? You can just say, I'm going to do the daily 8, and I'm going to make it a point to get 40 points a day. It's not that hard. I bet you could do it in a couple hours. You could get your 40 points. But it just can make all the difference. And so that's really where I wanted to leave you with. I know you guys have heard all this before, but it's just really that simple. It really is. It's just a matter of being consistent and doing the same basic activities over and over again, and you will see amazing results. You don't have to, there's other things you can, promote on Facebook. There's different ways to outreach to get more customers, and you want to start incorporating some of those into your business. But that's your prospecting too, right? Because going out on Facebook and maybe meeting people on Facebook, that's prospecting. If you we're in COVID times, so you can do it on Facebook too. You can get in some groups. You can, I don't know, if you like to crochet. Let's say you like to crochet. So you join a Facebook group that's about crocheting. And then you start getting active in that group about crocheting. You're not talking about Avon. You're talking about crocheting. But of course, your Facebook profile says you're an Avon rep, and here's your website. But you're just talking about crocheting, and you're asking questions, and you're answering questions, and you're chatting with people, and you're making friends. And then somebody says something, and then you say, wow, you know what? I just happen to sell Avon, and we have a product amazing for that. Can I send you a private message? And you get them out of the group and get them into a private message and start conversation with them. That's prospecting. That's how you prospect online, right? It's the same thing as going through a check stand and saying, oh man, I love your earrings. Those are so cute. They remind me of a pair that we have at Avon that are real similar. Have you looked at Avon lately? Would you like to see a brochure? It's just the same thing, right? You're just getting people talking, and you get them. You don't just start messaging people and saying, buy my stuff, or I'm an Avon rep, here's a brochure. If they didn't ask for one, don't send it to them. That's spamming. Okay. But you get a conversation, you build relationships, just by being in those groups. If you're a crocheter, just by being in that group and interacting with them and talking about crocheting, you're going to make friends, and you're going to get to know people. And then there will come a time when you can bring it up and you can start promoting. You can talk to them about your business. And if they're not interested, you continue to be friends with them. You don't have to lose your friends just because they don't want an Avon book, right? So that's what I have. Anitra says, I love to crochet. Okay, that's what I have, you guys. Let me come back to us. So that's all we have for today. I hope that it was helpful. Do you have anything you want to add?
I just wanted to comment. Hey, Denise, congratulations on your new recruit. Yes, you ended the year bad and you started the year good.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I guess I started on the good with the new recruit.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
Good job.
I should probably show that, huh?
Yes.
There we go. Yay! Yay, Denise! Woo-hoo.
I mean, that's the thing. You just think of the opportunities out there. I know Lynn had already started prior to the beginning of the year with online sales, but after COVID hit, we started getting a lot more customers that didn't want orders and they wanted to figure out another way to do it. And we grew. I think we ended up way over President's Club sales alone just for online sales this year, and it propelled us up, to raise our sales.
I think we ended up. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we ended up right around $13,000 in online sales. Yeah. Just in online sales. That's not counting our personal sales. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And we hope to grow that, and it could happen because we're looking at, I think, the first 9 months of 2021 are going to be fairly similar to 2020. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm always looking for better times, but I think things are going to continue. And plus, people have gotten used to it. A lot of people are they're learning they can work from home, and their employers are figuring out that they can have their employees work from home, and it saves them money. And so a lot of things are going to be online. I think we saw a little bit of a quantum shift in this last year.
Well, and you can, on that same note, you can help your customers be online. I have a customer that's in Florida. I don't know how she found me on Facebook, I believe. And she is from Florida and she asked for a brochure. And so she's been on my brochure list. And she keeps calling me with orders, and I'm like, you really need to place this order online. She couldn't figure it out. So now I do her orders for her. She calls me, I log in as her on my online store. I place the order with her credit card, and it's her account, right? It's just on my online store. I place the order for her, and it's shipped directly to her. And so it's just a customer service person at that point. I got her on the phone. I'm like, okay, Cindy, what else can I get you? Okay, all right, let me put that in. Okay, yeah, you're this close to free shipping. You just need $3 more and you get free shipping and whatever. And I do the order for her and I say, okay, what's your credit card number? And what's all the information about your credit card number? Put it in. Boom. Her email address is in it. So Avon will confirm the order to her, but I'm just helping her do it. So you can do the same thing. You can help your customers be online.
Shipped right to her, and she gets it faster.
Yeah. Especially she's in Florida. She gets it a whole lot faster than if I was trying to ship it to her. If I had to get it from Avon and then ship it to her, which I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into shipping to my customers now when Avon can, right? And I can't, bottom line is I can't ship somebody something for much less than $8 a whole order. So let them get it from Avon or get their order up over 60 and then it's free shipping. Or if this promotion tool ever gets back, you can offer them $40 free shipping still. Okay, so that's what we have. Thank you for being here. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, same place. And hope you have an amazing week.
Stick to your New Year's resolution, whichever one it might be. Don't be like the guy I saw on Facebook where he said, I have a New Year's resolution I'm going to stick to this year, but I'm not going to start it till Monday. Start it today.
Yeah.
Come up with systems. Come up with easy ways to do it.
Systemize your business, because
make it fun.
You have to decide what will work for you and what won't. But I've given you tools to help you to be more consistent. So I hope that you'll take advantage of them. Anyway, that's it. Have an amazing week.
Have a great week.
Next week.
See you next week.
Online. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.